Tonight, a touching tribute to 49 lives lost.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged.
I lost my best friend. I lost 33 years of my history.
As stories of survival begin to emerge from the sadness.
I played dead, for about 5 minutes.
And I just ran until I couldn't run no more.
And a message of hope to move forward.
We are here to stay. We will be bigger and better than you can ever imagine. We will not be defeated!
It was an emotional scene tonight as hundreds, if not thousands, of people gathered on the lawn outside the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. Good evening, I'm Greg Worman.
And I'm Martha Sigalski. City and community leaders gathered to honor those lives lost in the Pulse terror attack, and the club vowed to rebuild what has been broken. Channel 9's Kimberly Eden stood among the crowd tonight. In Kimberly, there were people from all walks of life there.
All walks of life, and this is what they were gathered under tonight. You can see Dr. Phillips Center still lit up tonight for all the victims, for their families, for everyone affected by this tragedy. Now, just hours ago, this lawn was filled with people who lost loved ones and people wanting to show their support. But tonight, we want to begin with how the vigil ended. The sound of church bells cut through downtown Orlando tonight, tolling 49 times for 49 lives lost inside Pulse nightclub.
I have been in basically Orlando's ground zero for the past 48 hours, and I have seen some horrific things. I have seen blood all over the sidewalks and streets of our city.
Politicians, religious leaders, activists, first responders, survivors. They all took the stage, unified by tragedy and sharing one message.
We are at war, Orlando. It's a war against folks like us. But I believe that we will win.
Thousands of people filled the lawn in front of the Dr. Phillips Center under a rainbow of lights. Families and friends of victims.
We're just happy that Orlando is standing strong together.
And strangers showing their support.
Letting everyone know that we're here for you, that it's going to be okay.
One city, one love, one pulse, their focus tonight. Less than a mile and a half from the crime scene that rocked a community.
We know that there will be more names put on that list. We know that there are still some who are fighting for their lives in that hospital right down the street. So as we conclude our program, take care of each other.
And you can see tonight, long after most of this crowd is gone, there are memorials still standing here in front of the Dr. Phillips Center. And as all these people were gathered out here on the lawn, police and firefighters surrounded the building. A very powerful thing to see, a reminder of the many people working long hours to keep this city safe. Reporting live from the Dr. Phillips Center, Kimberly Eden, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
What a night. We brought that to you live as that was unfolding, and then to see it all brought together in one piece. And then when those bells tolled tonight and the echoing and the names echoing off those buildings, just had such meaning, and it really, really sunk in.
And tonight, we want to remember these people, these family members, friends, parents, or sons and daughters who were lost in this horrific act. In the last hour, the final of 49 victims have been identified, and we're going to read through them all right now. Stanley Almodovar III was just 23 years old. In fact, the last video he posted to social media showed him laughing and singing on the way to the club. Amanda Aviar was just 25 years old. Tevin Eugene Crosby, just 25.
Leroy Valentin Fernandez, also 25 years old. Peter O. Gonzalez Cruz, just 22 years old. Juan Ramon Guerrero also died at the age of 22.
And Jason Benjamin Josephat, one of the youngest victims here at 19 years old. And Kimberly Moore, she was a bouncer at the club. She had moved here from Hawaii to take care of her grandmother. She was 37. And Luis Omar Ocasio Capo was 20 years old.
Javier Jorge Reyes, 40 years old. This is his picture. Edward Sotomayor Jr., 34 years old, was killed in the attack. Shane Evan Tomlinson, 33 years old, local singer, and his friends told us he was a wonderful and talented man.
Martin Benitez Torres was 33. Frankie Jimmy de Jesus Velasquez was 30 years old. And Luis Vilma was 22 years old. He worked at Universal and enjoyed playing soccer.
Gerald Jerry Arthur Wright, 31 years old. Enrique L. Rios Jr., 25 years old. Juan P. Rivera Velasquez, 37 years old, and his partner, Luis Conde, who you see here, 39 years old. They both were part of a salon, both killed.
Angel Candelario Padro was 28 years old. Mercedes Marisol Flores was 26.
Miguel Angel Honorado, 30 years old, the father of 3 young children. This is a picture of one of his babies. Jean Carlos Mendez Perez, 35 years old. Jonathan Antonio Camuy Vega, 24. Corey Cannell, just 21 years old. He worked as a stocker at the Publix in College Park on Edgewater Drive. They have a remembrance of him inside the store.
Oscar Aracena Montero was 26 years old. Simon Adrian Carrillo Fernandez was 31.
Antonio Devon Brown, 29 years old. Dianca Deidra Drayton, she was 32. And then there are victims for whom we are still collecting their photos. The final victim, again identified today as 25-year-old Geraldo A. Ortiz Jimenez, also dead. Eric Ivan Ortiz Rivera, 36 years old. Eddie Jamaldroy Justice, 30. Daryl Romaine Burt II was 29.
Alejandro Barrios Martinez was 21 years old. Luis Larendisla, 25. Luis Daniel Wilson Leon was 37 years old. Xavier Emmanuel Serrano Rosado was 35.
Gilberto Ramon Silva Menendez, 25 years old. Jean C. Nieves Rodriguez was 27. Rodolfo Ayala was 33. Brenda Lee Marquez McCool, 49 years old.
Yomari Rodriguez Sullivan was 24 years old. Christopher Andrew Lenenin, 32. Frank Hernandez, 27. And at 41 years of age, Paul Terrell Henry died in the attacks.
Joel Rayon Paniagua was 32. Juan Chavez Martinez, 25 years old. Christopher Joseph Sanfeliz, life ended at 24. And the youngest of the victims, Akira Monet Murray, was only 18 years old. Those are the names, some of the pictures. We'll continue to gather those pictures from friends and family. They're welcome to send those to us. We want to make certain that we honor those and their lives and not just put a name there, but put a face and hopefully some items about their life. Absolutely. Sources tell us tonight that there may be another person connected now to Sunday morning shooting, and that person, who isn't in Orlando but is known to law enforcement, may be arrested, we're told, in the next few days.
This comes as investigative reporter Christopher Heath learned that the shooter may have had a long-time connection to gay bars, including contacting one man via a gay dating cell phone app.
Late this evening, reports began to surface that the shooter, Omar Mateen, was a frequent patron of gay bars, not just here in Orlando, but also along the Treasure Coast. In a text with Mateen's ex-wife, I asked if she knew if he used gay dating websites. She told me, quote, "It seems likely." Also this evening, our partners at the Palm Beach Post spoke with a former classmate of Mateen's who asked not to be identified. The classmate from Mateen's 2006 Police Academy class said in 2006 he thought Mateen was gay, adding that Mateen asked him out once. The former classmate went on to say that he, Mateen, and other classmates would sometimes go to gay nightclubs. This was all before Mateen's first marriage, a marriage that ended after just a few months. Mateen's ex-wife told me tonight she did not know if he was actually gay. However, this man, Kevin West, says in the last few months, Mateen tried to contact him via a gay dating app, saying that he has shared that information and his cell phone with the FBI.
When he was first contacting me, he was saying, asking what club, in his words, what clubs are popping and things of that sort and what good places are to go. But I remember telling him, oh, you can just look it up online because I don't go out too much.
This all comes as we're getting a better idea of the rest of Mateen's life, including 2 trips to Mecca, at least 2 FBI investigations, and indications that he may have been taken in by radical Islam via the internet in his home in St. Lucie County. We have also learned that in addition to being a licensed security guard, he had been a trainee with the Florida Department of Corrections for 6 months. The FBI is continuing its investigation into Mateen's religious views and now, too, his personal life. Christopher Heath, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And in the aftermath of the shooting, President Obama called on Americans to all come together.
But it's a reminder that regardless of race, religion, faith, or sexual orientation, we're all Americans, and we need to be looking after each other and protecting each other at all times in the face of this kind of terrible act.
And the president will be here in Orlando on Thursday to stand in solidarity with us as we grieve and to pay his respects to the victims as well. The White House plans to release more details on the president's trip in the coming days.
And tonight we are hearing more about the heroic actions of the first officers on scene and how they saved dozens of lives. Channel 9's Kathy Bellich is live at the scene of the shooting. And Kathy, there has been a steady stream of people coming by to see where all of this happened.
And Martha, they're doing it with reverence and respect as if it were hallowed ground out here. You can see how quiet it is tonight. Police officers guarding the scene on Orange Avenue. Orlando Police Chief John Mina told us today as soon as he got the call the other night, he knew in his gut it was the kind of attack Central Florida had trained for and dreaded the thought of. And tonight we found out which officer had a bullet hit his protective helmet. You've seen the photo of OPD SWAT officer Michael Napolitano's Kevlar helmet, but look at the damage the terrorist's bullet did underneath to his head. OPD SWAT team captain Mark Canty told Channel 9 today Napolitano and the others who stormed the gunman, assault rifle and all, are okay. They never cowered, not even from possible explosives.
After we heard about the bomb, typically, the response then is to back away. But since we knew that there were people in, my guy stayed right there. I probably couldn't have pried him from the door because he knew that those people's lives were in danger.
They stormed the building 3 hours after the massacre started, but a lot of people were rescued in between. An off-duty officer and 2 others had opened fire, forcing the gunman to retreat to a bathroom where he took hostages. While he was surrounded, some officers got people out, some wounded and bleeding. Others negotiated with him. Captain Canty says there was a turning point when Chief John Mina made the call. They had to force their way in to rescue more people.
He did say he had a vest, and he did talk about putting vests on some of the hostages.
Chief Mina said they used explosives to create an escape hatch.
We had to use our Bearcat armored vehicle to punch a hole in that bathroom wall, which is about 3 feet wide. About 15 or 20 people came out of that hole, so unknown where exactly they came from, most of them from that bathroom. He came out of that same hole, fired upon our officers. We returned fire and killed him.
A law enforcement source told me that each shot from the gunman's assault rifle likely killed more than one person in the crowded club. And the chief said when the gunman called 911 after having done all that, he sounded chillingly calm. Reporting live in Orlando, Kathy Bellich, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And stay with us. We'll have more right after the break.
We showed you at the top of the newscast the vigil. Tonight also, many people gathered at one of downtown Orlando's most popular cathedrals to honor the lives that were lost in the Pulse terror attack. Channel 9's Mike Manzoni is live outside the St. James Cathedral. And Mike, organizers called this a vigil to dry tears.
Yeah, Greg, this is the vigil program. The whole thing lasted about an hour. More than 100 people showed up here to try to make sense of something that probably never will. Sometimes there are just no words, but there's always faith. And it's here at St. James Catholic Cathedral in Orlando where so many people came to try to heal, if that's possible.
This is my church, and this is my faith, and I want to ask God for help.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Everybody loved them.
She's talking about victims Luis Condi and Juan Velasquez. The 2 men were partners and owned this salon in Kissimmee that today turned into a memorial.
They treat everybody that went there like family.
Condi did the makeup and Velasquez handled hair. They were a team and nothing meant more to them than their clients. Juan Ortiz will marry his fiancée in just weeks, and Condi and Velasquez plan to get her ready to walk down the aisle.
He gave her one hell of a discount, you know what I mean, and no other shop would have done that. That's how they were. You know what I mean? They were just real happy people, real family people.
The salon's closed for now, but even if it reopens, it'll never be the same, at least not for Maritza Padilla.
I started crying. I couldn't believe that they were gone.
And that woman who you saw there, that former client, told me that Condi and Velasquez were so well known that people came there to get their hair and makeup done from all over the state. For now, reporting in downtown Orlando, Mike Manzoni, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And a warm evening here in downtown Orlando as we start your early Tuesday morning. This is a scene from the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, our visual earlier tonight. 82 degrees right now. Had the hottest day of the year. You were not imagining things. It was really hot. Heat index well over 107 today up in Lake County. It's 96, the high so far. That was yesterday, our record high back in 1907. Didn't quite get there, but mostly fair skies out there tonight. The east and west coast sea breeze did not bring us any rain along the Orlando corridor earlier today. Let's check out this is later this afternoon. By 3 o'clock, scattered showers developing and will focus more along and east of I-4 between 5 and bring some heavier thunderstorms just along and west of I-95 later on during the evening hours for tonight. As we head into Wednesday, more of a westerly flow setting up. That means hot weather here and along the east coast. By 3 o'clock, scattered showers developing and again focusing it on the east side of I-4 over by Brevard County. Metro Orlando for later today, 93 degrees at 2 p.m. We'll hit another high near 95, just about what we had on Monday. 40% rain chance for us later on today overall. Orlando's best chance for rain between 4 and around 6 p.m. Daytime highs will be in the upper 80s to low 90s across Brevard County. Some late afternoon thunderstorms as well. And you can see the highs for us later today. Low 90s, even some mid 90s again, Orlando and Sanford. This is the hottest stretch of the weather all year. 5-day forecast, weekend always in view. We will gradually decrease temperatures as we increase our rain coverage. Friday, 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Look at Saturday, 70% rain chance. May go higher than that, but then we start to dry out in time for Father's Day Sunday. We'll be right back.
Tonight, the nightmare for victims' families obviously is far from over.
Now relatives have to plan services for the 49 victims. Channel 9's Ty Russell spoke to a father tonight, and Ty, he said his wife is not emotionally ready to see their daughter's body.
Martha, he talked to us right outside the Beardall Senior Center today, and tonight he and his wife are just one of 49 families now forced to plan services for their loved ones.
The only thing she brings for me is the day before she brings me something to eat.
That was the last time Cesar Flores saw his daughter, 26-year-old Mercedes.
She's like a happy girl, all the time.
Now, Flores is among dozens who must face a new reality. He'll never see her smile again.
Most of these people are young people full of life and energy, and you never think about services for those kinds of people.
Bob Healy is the funeral director for Funeraria San Juan in Kissimmee. He's currently working with 6 families who are planning the next step to honor victims.
The reality of it is, it's going to have to get paid for. People are taking time from work. People are missing paychecks and because of this. And, you know, it really, at the end of the day, does become a huge financial burden on all of these families.
Healy works with many Hispanic families, and most victims are Hispanic, and some have relatives in Latin America who have contacted lawmakers for help expediting a visa just to say goodbye.
Request from the mother of one of the victims. She lives in Latin America. She wanted to know if we could help her get a visa so that she could attend the funeral.
A funeral that Flores and many others are now forced to plan.
She's a hard worker. She's a hard student. She was a hard student. She was a hard worker. But it's gone.
And tonight, Healy is working with JetBlue. The airline announced today that it is offering free flights for immediate family members and domestic partners. We're live tonight in Orlando. Ty Russell, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And stay with us. Another tribute to the terror attack victims right after this. Be sure to watch Eyewitness News this morning, starting a little bit earlier at 4:30.
So much emotion today, the vigil that wrapped up tonight. I'm seeing some scenes from there, the candle's still flickering, the memory still fresh. And again, we wake up tomorrow to begin a new day of healing here in Orlando. As we leave you tonight, we want to show you images that friends and family have shared with us of some of the 49 victims of the Pulse terror attack.